Hey guys, so what we are going over this week is having the right effective speaking techniques and how to identify them. So I'll cover what assignments to look out for this week. There's only going to be two, so just be on the lookout for them. But I'll cover it at the end here. So first, we're looking at oral communication and what it is. And that's the process of people sending and receiving information verbally. Okay, that's oral communication. Pretty straightforward there. Okay, so it's not only the process of sending and receiving messages through speaking. It's also the process of creating a meaning through speech. Okay, and then we look at what is, if we're still talking oral communication, we talk one-way communication. And one-way communication is the simplest way, or the simplest, most basic approach to the communication process. It includes three components, and these are important, and we've talked about these: the sender, the message, and the receiver. Okay, all three of those are included here as well. But this model does not ascribe receiver participation at all. So it could just be, it's just what that means is it's me talking to you and you not reciprocating. Okay, so here's a good little graphic of two-way communication, and that's it involves the receiver's reaction or feedback to the sender's message. Okay, pretty straightforward there too, guys. Okay, so public speaking, that's a method of communication that uses oral methods of exchanging information. Okay, spoken words are enhanced with nonverbal symbols, gestures, visuals. A good speech is focused on the audience and as the listeners. Okay, and that's something that's going to be important to kind of remember as when we get into doing some public speaking stuff. One way, Aristotelian communication, sender, message, receiver. We've talked about these ones. Two-way communication, sender, message, communication channel, receiver, message, translation, background, feedback. There's there's a lot of different stuff going on here. So what are the proper techniques for effective speaking? Well, we're going to talk about 11. So first one is be prepared well ahead of time. Be organized with all details, well planned and thought through. Stay within the allotted time. Use an attention-getting introduction. Present yourself in an enthusiastic manner. Use facial expressions to influence your speech. Use notes in an outline form. Maintain eye contact, and eye contact is one of the things that's lost upon some people is eye contact, but it's looking in the eyes of the audience, conveys a message, saying like, "Oh, I'm talking to you and not at you." Okay, if you guys know, like when we're in class, you guys know that I like to use a lot of eye contact. Sometimes I only use eye contact. Do not be monotone, and monotone is when you talk with just a simple tone and you don't change it. Okay, so monotone is when you use the same tone of voice. You don't vary pitch or you don't emphasize points. So you have to be able to, when you're speaking, you have to be able to emphasize and change the pitch. Learn good techniques by watching and listening to other speakers, and then spend time reading and becoming knowledgeable on your subject. All good things to learn for effective speaking techniques. Okay. Techniques of effective speaking can be divided into three areas: selecting the message, organizing the message, presenting the message. Okay. That's kind of how we're going to work our public speaking: selecting, organizing, presenting. So when you select a message, you got to decide what you want to say and match the message to the receiver. Okay, so you don't want to talk about like football to people who like to play chess. You organize the message, put the information into a pattern that the receiver will recognize. go through chronological order, presenting information starting with the beginning and moving through to the end of a situation. So first, second, third, fourth, chronological. Okay, put the information in a pattern that the receiver will recognize. So you have priority, discussing issues, beginning with the most important and ending with the least important. You're comparing and contrasting what caused it, what affects that, cause and effect. Using appropriate phrases to make the pattern clear, using visuals to clarify and illustrate your message, and preparing by thinking through what you want to say. Then you present the message using natural facial expressions, gestures, and appropriate posture. You deliver the message with enthusiasm and sincerity. Maintain eye contact, speak loudly and clearly, and slow enough. Some of you guys, when we did the creed, you spoke too quickly, so you have to be slow enough for people to understand what you're saying. Avoid slang and fillers like like, and I know that I use fillers when I'm speaking, and it's just a natural thing. So when we do public speaking and we practice it, we try and get rid of using those filters. So here's those 11 guidelines. Be prepared, organized, stay within the time limit, use attention getting introduction, be enthusiastic, use facial expressions, use notes, maintain eye contact, vary your voice, learn from other speakers, know your subject. Those are the 11 that we talked about. Okay, so what are 3 categories of speeches? Well, we'll talk about the 3 categories of speeches and the ones that we're going to cover. First is a persuasive. And a persuasive is one in which the speaker's general purpose is to convince or persuade. It's used to arouse or excite the audience. Okay? Persuasive. You're trying to get the audience to believe what you believe. You're trying to persuade them. Okay, so persuasive speakers tailor their message to change the listener's attitudes and behaviors. And persuasive presentations, the speaker implies that the listener should accept a particular viewpoint and then act accordingly. And a good example of persuasive speakers are, anytime politicians get up and speak, they're trying to persuade you, to listen and do what they're wanting you to do. So the next category is informative, and that's one where the speaker assists the audience in learning or understanding something new, sometimes called an oral technical report. Okay, and that's what teachers do. Is we're always informative speaking, trying to teach. Okay, trying to get you informed. So it's intended to primarily provide knowledge or illuminate a subject. The information the speaker uses is basic to various topics, and the listener is the learner with the knowledge being the result of teaching. Okay? And then an entertaining speech is the last one, and that's where the speaker's general purpose is to provide entertainment. Okay? So that could be motivational speech. If you guys listen to comedians, those are all entertaining speeches. Speeches designed to tell jokes, stories, clever comments, sometimes used as an attention getter prior to accomplishing some other task, and that's where those motivational speakers, what they kind of do. An example would be an after-dinner speech at a meeting, or a humorous tribute at a banquet. Okay, if you guys remember the Dr. Rigsby speech that I showed last year from National FFA Convention, that was kind of that type of speech. So how should a speech be properly prepared? Effective speakers organize their material so that it develops a specific purpose and stimulates interest in the speech. Selecting a topic is the first step. It's important to select a topic appropriate to the audience. Again, that's the same thing that we always talk about. Don't try to cover the entire topic area, but take one phrase and expand upon it. Pinpoint your topic using accurate facts and information. Okay, once you decide the topic, collect information. Use current materials as resources for information. Go to your local library, bookstore, get books, magazines, web articles, whatever it may be. Search databases on the internet for information, pamphlets, reports, whatever it may be. That's kind of how you collect information there. Use note cards to record, or computer to record that information. Develop an outline as the framework for your speech. And then you have the outline, then you go to the introduction, and that's the first part of your speech. Kind of gets the audience's attention. It sets the stage for the rest of the presentation. There's 7 techniques that can be used to create interest, including references, commonplace, compliments, dramatic statements, questions, stories, personal experiences, quotations, whatever it may be. The body is the next part. That's where the main information is stored, and that's where that main information is that you want to convey. It's usually limited to from 2 to 4 main points. So you're just covering those points, and they're the major topics in your outline that support information included under each topic area. Okay, and then most speeches use chronological order, and we talked about that earlier. General to specific order, special order, topic order, format for the order or presentation of the main points. Most common errors with the body of the speech include too many major parts, not enough supporting material, rambling, failure to use proper transitions. So transitions are words or phrases that connect various parts of the body to a speech. They're used to help you flow through your speech better. Then the conclusion. It kind of summarizes everything, reviews all the content in your speech. It's to remind your audience of the specific purpose of your speech. It should leave the audience in the proper frame of mind and provide closure to your speech. There's many ways to develop meaning to your speech. What are your suggestions on how? So, that's kind of where we're at there. Avoid nervousness or repetitive mannerisms. If you're organized and prepared, you will appear confident. Some nervous energy is normal, but it can be controlled. Maintain good posture. Do not lean on podiums, sit on furniture. You got to stand tall, straight and tall, and give that image of confidence. Speak distinctly and clearly and with a strong voice. If you arrive ahead of time, become familiar with the environment. Practice pronouncing unfamiliar words with distinction and accuracy. Don't forget to use eye contact. If you can't see the audience, focus on above their heads, on their foreheads. If you move around, do it smoothly with significance to parts of your speech. You make it look natural. That's kind of what they're meaning there. Use pauses. Pauses help emphasize your message. It also allows time for your audience to think about what you're saying. Memorize your speech so you don't have to rely totally on your manuscript. Gestures should be used naturally. And what a gesture is a body movement that can emphasize a certain point. Dress appropriately for speaking. Better to be overdressed than underdressed. Be sure to smile and act as if you're enjoying the opportunity to speak. You should project an image of confidence and happiness. If appropriate, allow time for questions. Have answers ready for anticipated questions. So just kind of covering what we talked about. What is oral communication? What is two-way communication and public speaking? What are the guidelines for effective public speaking? What are the techniques of effective public speaking? What does chronological order mean? What is a persuasive speech? What is an informative speech? What is an entertaining speech? You need to know all those things, guys. Because, like I said, we're going to get into some public speaking when we get back into school. And you guys will you'll present some public speaking. You'll have some topics to cover, and you guys will actually get up in front of the class and present. So you're going to need to be ready for that. Okay? So that's it for this week. What I want you guys to do is do this video. There will be a discussion posted with this video for Monday, and then Tuesday I will post a quiz on Tuesday, and that's going to be it for the week. So you'll have a discussion on Monday, a quiz on Tuesday, and nothing else for the rest of the week. Okay, that's the way it's going to work from now on. So if you have any questions on anything, just let me know. I'll try and get all this out to you as soon as possible. Discussion and quiz after the video. So you just be patient. It'll be out in time though. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know and I'll get back to you through wisdom or text or whatever. So other than that, guys, that's it for this week, and we'll get started again next week. Bye.